You'll notice a little fresh layer of snow when you step out the door this morning. Let's get a check of our Storm Team forecast with Lisa Green.
Yeah, there's still a little bit coming down, and we're not quite done with it yet here today. So watch out if you're going to be driving. A lot of those side streets have snow-covered roads, and we're going to be dealing with that throughout the daytime hours. Here's a look at your morning radar. We've got some light snow still falling in the valley. You can see Central Valley is where the focus is, but that's close to the radar site. So there might be some other places beyond there where we're looking at some light snow impacting the valley as well. Maybe perhaps the snowflakes, or even if it's a little bit of mist or a little bit of drizzle in there, they might not be detected too far beyond the radar because it might be too fine. But keep in mind, we are looking at some snow here in places like Traill County, north of Hillsborough and back over toward Grand Forks. Fargo, we've been seeing some of that, all this light blue here, indicating we've got a little bit of snow coming down. And it's just a fine coating in Fargo that we've seen yesterday, and it was just kind of that snow was coming down, but it was melting quite a bit because temperatures are so warm, and now overnight our temperatures have dropped. We've had a little bit of accumulation. As you can see on our radar map across the tri-state area, the system's kind of falling apart a little bit, but there's still some snow with it. And you can see down in southern Minnesota, back down to Minneapolis, they're dealing with some light snow there too. And there's more up to the north and west, over toward Minot right now, and west from there. And so we still have some snow chances here in the forecast. Expanding the view, major storm system hitting the southern U.S. earlier last night. We had some tornadoes in Alabama and Georgia, and severe thunderstorm watch in effect for parts of Georgia. Looks like Savannah and down into Charleston, and heavy rain over in Washington. So a couple of areas getting hit pretty hard by some systems, and we're dealing with our own aftermath and continued snow coming down here today. 31 degrees in Fargo, 27 in Grand Forks. It's still very mild, but we are below freezing. So temperatures have dropped enough to allow that accumulation. And it's 24 in Devil's Lake. Quick look at your hourly planner. We'll see those temperatures just kind of holding steady to rising here a little bit. And you can see we have some chances for snow in the morning and then another round popping up into the afternoon. Here's a look at your visibility. We've got some lower visibility where the light snow is falling. Back over to Thief River Falls, Fosston, Detroit Lakes, and Fergus Falls. It's down a little bit. Park Rapids over toward Wadena. We're seeing visibility at 2.5 miles. And Fargo right now has the lowest visibility report at less than 2 miles. Wind is out of the south. We're looking at wind speeds, or I should say southeast for some. We're looking at wind speeds less than 10 miles per hour. It is becoming more northerly on the backside of this area of snow and this disturbance. So here's a look at your hour-by-hour planner. We've got some temperatures into the 20s and low 30s this morning. Getting into the afternoon, we'll have some upper 20s to some low 30s around lunchtime. And we looked at this yesterday. We're still kind of have some lingering instability in place, and with some heating, even a few degrees of heating during the daytime, that could help to trigger some snow showers into the afternoon hours. So another shot of some snow for a couple of hours coming up later today once this next round clears out. So this will continue into that evening drive, so that your morning commute slippery, especially on those residential streets that aren't traveled as much. And then in addition to that, we're looking at snow possibly coming down as you're heading home from work today too. However, later on tonight, this starts to fizzle out. And looking ahead to tomorrow, pretty quiet. Temperatures in the 20s to start the morning. We'll see some cloud cover across much of the region, and it'll just be kind of a gray, quiet day for your Wednesday. Temperatures in the 30s in the morning hours or into the noon hour, and into the upper 30s for the afternoon, but back above freezing again. So we're going to work at melting the snow once again coming up for Wednesday. Here's a look at your photo today. Just a pretty shot, a windmill sunset. Thank you, Jackie, for sharing that really pretty view. And oh, by the way, today is the first day of spring, or the spring equinox, and we'll be expecting to have some snow showers on that first day of spring. As we get into the later part of the week, still keeping an eye on that system for Friday and into the weekend. Again, it could be bringing rain, a wintry mix, some wind with it. The big question is temperatures, because that's going to have a big impact on just how much snow we see versus rain. So something that bears watching still.
Okay, thank you, Lisa.